The boss just asked an employee to deliver a package. Unexpectedly, the man drove off in a sports car. Even when going around corners, he not only didn't slow down, but also drifted. He directly left the professional racer behind. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared without a trace. This scene completely shocked the professional racer behind him. Meanwhile, the auto shop owner was anxiously waiting for the parts. When he found out the boss sent a car washer to deliver them, he instantly got angry. He said the mountain road here is winding and treacherous. Not only hard to drive, but letting a regular person handle a modified race car. That's just ridiculous. But just as he finished speaking, the man drove up. The boss was stunned when he saw this. He had driven this mountain road for decades. It usually took at least half an hour to get up here. How could the man make it in just 10 minutes? With doubts, the boss asked him why. The man lied and said he took a shortcut. But the boss knew there was no such shortcut. The man in front of him clearly wasn't ordinary. It turned out he was once a racing legend. Due to an accident, he voluntarily left the racing world. He never planned to return to racing again. He focused on being a simple car washer. While the two were talking, the boss's son had already replaced the parts on the car. Just as he was about to start the car, the man stopped him. He glanced at the car's setup and immediately said the parts he delivered were standard ones, not compatible with a race car. If started forcibly, the car would instantly be ruined. But the boss's son ignored the man's warning. He mocked him as just a regular car washer, not taking him seriously at all. Sure enough, the moment the car started, white smoke poured out of the engine. Everyone was stunned by what they saw. They didn't expect the man to be right. But just then, the racer came to pick up his car. When he saw his beloved car ruined, he immediately demanded $10 million in compensation. The boss's son thought he was being scammed, but the man told him the rear wing alone was made of $5 million worth of carbon fiber. Even the shocks and turbo were high-end custom parts. At least another $5 million. That adds up to $10 million. It looked like the racer wasn't lying. Only then did the boss realize his son had made a huge mistake, but they couldn't possibly come up with that kind of money. Just then, the racer gave him a proposal. If the boss gave him the usage rights to the mountain road, then they wouldn't have to pay the compensation. It turned out the boss had paid to build that mountain road, to make it easier for villagers to travel. If he handed over the rights to the race team, the villagers would no longer live in peace. So he firmly refused the racer. Seeing the refusal, the racer insisted on the compensation. While the boss was at a loss, the team captain happened to see that the car that overtook them earlier was parked here. To recruit this mysterious man into the team, he immediately stopped his teammates' actions and gave him a serious scolding. He also offered a fair solution. He suggested they have a race, best 2 out of 3. If they won, they would drop the matter of the car. But the boss and his people weren't racers at all. Unexpectedly, the boss's son agreed to it. He said his sister was really skilled, but even though the girl had driven race cars, she couldn't compare to a pro. With no other choice, the boss agreed to the race. He even called his friends for help. Soon, the race began. The team captain announced the first round would test control skills. Each side would send 3 people to the field. Whoever opened more bottle caps with their car's spoiler would be the winner. But the boss's team weren't professional drivers. To win the race, the boss planned to have the man compete, but his friend refused the idea, saying the man hadn't raced in 5 years and wasn't up to it. So after a discussion, they picked the racers. Soon, the girl was the first to compete. After some maneuvers, she opened only 7 bottle caps, but for an amateur, she did really well. Then the other team's racer took the field. They opened 5 caps at the first curve and another 2 at the second. If they opened more at the final curve, they would lose the round. But the man said the opponent entered the first curve too early. There wouldn't be another chance. The boss's friend immediately mocked him for pretending to know, but the next second, the opponent made a huge mistake. In the end, the first round ended in a 7-7 tie. In the second round, the boss's friend took the field. As a professional, he easily opened 10 bottle caps. Everyone was impressed with his performance, but the man shook his head. He was mocked in public by the boss's son, who said a helper like him had no right to comment. But right after he said that, the other team sent out their vice captain. He skillfully opened 13 bottle caps with ease. He won the second round decisively. Only then did they realize how big the gap was between them and the pros. The captain also realized these weren't the people he was looking for. To force the mysterious man to act, he chose to race the final round himself.